What's up, boys? Got some player props for you guys today in today's video. So we're going to go ahead and hop straight into this video, but got a couple things to talk about right before we start. So, prizepicks promo code right there, you can see on the bottom of the screen. First time deposit match up to $100 on prizepicks. You guys are not here on prizepicks, I recommend it. I love this website. Pretty awesome site. Match your first deposit up to $100 like I just said. Great for player props. They usually have lines under other places, so that's great if you guys like taking overs on things. But we're going to talk about some of these in today's video, but definitely recommend hopping on prizepicks if you guys are not already on there. Promo code DOMG, match your first deposit up to $100. But also the Patreon is in my description. $10 a month gives you guys access to my daily picks every single day. Throw it in Discord, talk about some stuff with some other guys from the Patreon. A lot of you guys have been joining that. Seriously do appreciate you guys, but yeah, only $10 a month to go ahead and join that, so that's a pretty sweet deal right there, in my opinion. So that link is also in the description. And then also there's a free Discord down in my description as well. Definitely recommend joining that. You can talk about stuff with other guys too and me. So pretty awesome there. So in the description, prizepicks promo code, Patreon link, Discord link. All those three in the description. But yeah, and before hopping into this, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe and turn on post notifications. But we're going to go ahead and hop straight into this here. So let's go ahead and do that now. So I got 6 things for you guys today. Got a pretty good 13 game slate. I like it. So we have some big names on the list today too. There's a lot of big names playing today. I actually like some of them. So usually I don't like messing with the big players. It's like kind of weird, but I usually don't. Because the lines are usually kind of tough with them. But we're going to take a look at some guys here today. So start off with a big one here. Whoops. Curry. That's not the Curry I want though. Where is... Oh, they don't have Steph on here anymore? I guess they don't have Steph on here anymore. He'll be up later today. But let's take a look at another one then. Okay, there he is. I was about to say, I couldn't find him. There we go. So Giannis. Pretty good. 4 out of 5 hit rate. They just updated prizepicks as well, so pretty awesome. This is on the mobile app as well. It tells you the average in the last 5, and it shows you how close he was in his last 5 and stuff. So it's a pretty cool update. So barely went under one time, barely went over twice. And averages at 30 in his last 5. So also tells you the numbers right there. So 27, 40, 26, 24, 33. So I like him to go over in today's game against the Miami Heat. So, yeah, Steven Adams, I believe it was, just destroyed Miami's defense. So I like Giannis to definitely go over today. He was not able to go over in the last matchup, but if you take a look at the matchup here, no Bam, no Jimmy Butler. That's huge. So they got Deadman going against Giannis, and they have PJ Tucker. He's 6'5", Giannis is 6'11". If this is the actual lineup, I'm not sure that this is going to be the actual lineup, this expected lineup. Usually it's not always accurate. Like yesterday, they said Fournier was going to start at small forward. He actually was starting at shooting guard. But, oh, by the way, on the Patreon, I don't know why I didn't say this earlier. The Patreon, that link in the description. But yeah, we were 9 and 10. 9 for 10. Yeah, 9 and 1 yesterday pretty much on individual players. But we had 5 2-pick power plays last night. 4 out of the 5 hit, so that was huge. The only thing that didn't hit was Fournier paired with LeBron Taco Tuesday. And that didn't hit because his foot was on the line when he was going for the push on his 3. So, yeah, we hit 4 out of 5 power plays last night, which is crazy. So, great night yesterday over on the Patreon. So, pretty sweet. But, yeah, let's go back to talking about Giannis here. Starting at power forward, more than likely against the Miami Heat. So the Miami here is allowing one of the hardened defenses against power forwards points wise. I wouldn't be too worried though because that's kind of buffed by the Bam numbers. So he's got PJ Tucker and Deadman going on today. I don't think they're going to be able to stop him, especially Tucker. He's like 6 inches shorter. So yeah, we'll see. But I definitely like Giannis over in points today against Miami. I think it should be a pretty good one. 4 out of 5 hit rate looks pretty good. All right, let's talk about one that's been hitting like crazy. That's Jarrett Allen. He has been killing it. 23.4 average last 5. 25, 17, 28, 19, and 28 in his last 5. Barely went over against Utah, and that was one of the harder defenses. I believe Milwaukee was the hardest before Cleveland was the hardest, but Milwaukee was ranked number 2 before Jarrett Allen got a hold of them. Yeah, so he had 25 against the hardest center defense at the time. He went over. Now he's playing the Bulls, I believe, right? I believe he's playing the Bulls. Yeah, he's playing Chicago. So we take a look at that game. That's a 6.5 point spread, 216 over under, by the way, for Milwaukee game. The only game you really have to worry about for blowouts today, I think. There is going to be some blowouts today, especially with 13 games, but the biggest one here is the Golden State, so be aware of taking overs in this game. But what were we talking about here? The Bulls here, center defense. The Bulls is about right in the middle there. Maybe a little bit on the harder side, but it shouldn't be too bad of a matchup. But he's been hitting like the last 7-8 games, I feel like. I think it was like that. I might be wrong on that. But he's been killing it, man. He's been hitting every single game. It's at the point where you just have to ride it until he stops hitting. So I am riding with Jared Allen more than likely tonight against the Chicago Bulls. I almost said Miami. That's who the Bucks are playing. But yeah, Jared Allen definitely going to take him tonight more than likely. I'll say that right now. I think you just got to ride it until it's dead. So yeah, Jared Allen tonight, score 17. I like it. Let's take a look at now fantasy points. Then we'll take a look at assists, and let's take a look at a three-pointer. So it's over to fantasy score. They had a fantasy score right here in the NBA tab just now. They updated it last night, so pretty sweet. But let's take a look at fantasy points for, where's he at? I can't find him. Where's he at? Is he? Hold on. Let's use this. There we go. Joel Embiid. Should be a pretty solid game. He's at 51 fantasy score. That's a lot, but he has hit in 4 out of his last 5. He only didn't hit against Orlando. But he's playing Charlotte Hornets tonight, who we played 2 days ago, and had 71. He went over his fantasy score by 20. So should look pretty good for Joel again. So, like I said, 16 in his last 5. 4 out of 5 hit rate. Just played Charlotte and lit them up. So I expect him to at least score 52 fantasy points today again. So should be look pretty good. 6-point spread, shouldn't be too worried about that. 214 over under is pretty good. And starting at center against the Hornets more than likely. So let's take a look at fantasy score against the center. Hornets allowing the most to centers. They're allowing 59 fantasy score per game, and it is FanDuel scoring. I do believe that's what prizepicks uses. So yeah, they're allowing about 60 a game to centers. So especially after Joel, that number is bumped. So yeah, I definitely like him over 51 fantasy score today against the Charlotte Hornets. Should be a pretty good game once again for him. Let's take a look at now assists, and let's take a look at one that I've looked into a little bit today. It's kind of a weird one, but I'm not exactly the most confident, but it's definitely one taking a look at. So Jokic, the Joker, 15, 5, 7, 7, and 7. So 8.2 in his last 5. He's pushed 3 times. So he's won 1 and 3 in his last 5, but I've seen a lot of people liking his assist prop today. Not that I necessarily agree with it, but 15, 5, 7, 7, and 7 in his last 5. So let's take a look at that game today. So, going against the Pelicans. 2.5-point spread should definitely not be a blowout. But center against Pelicans. Let's take a look at his assists and how much the Pelicans are allowed. They're one of the easier teams against centers to assist. So should be a pretty good look there for Jokic on assists today. Just looking at the numbers and where he ranks against other teams, where the assist numbers rank. But I don't know. Maybe this isn't the best tool to use for centers because there's not that many centers that pass as much as Jokic does. So it's just a really big number to me for a center. But it's definitely one worth taking a look at. I mean, considering his hit rates, like maybe you're going to push on that one. Maybe you're going to hit, but we'll see. I don't know. That's just an interesting one that I thought I'd bring up and talk about just a little bit. So bring it to your guys' attention in case you guys wanted to go ahead and take a look at that one. 3-point prop. Cade Cunningham. 2 3-pointers made. He's hitting 4 out of his last 5. 4 out of his last 5. 4 for 4 in his last 5. But that is at 2 3-point makes, averaging 3.4 in his last 5. So let's take a look at this game here. The Pistons game. They're probably playing earlier, right? Yeah. Against Washington. 5-point spread, 210 over-under. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Kind of like a little bit higher of an over-under, but that's really not a bad over-under. But shooting guard here. Cade Cunningham going against the Washington Wizards. 3-point makes against the Wizards. They're actually one of the harder teams against the 3. So Cavaliers and the Nets are the 2 other hardest teams, and he has not played them. Where do the Clippers rank? Clippers are actually right there too, and that's the only team he went under against. So Lakers, Trailblazers, Suns, and Oklahoma. Or not Oklahoma. Yeah, Oklahoma. Yeah, maybe that is one you don't really want to touch. Because, I mean, if you take a look at it, the Clippers is the team he had 0 against. and they were 4th best against the 3-ball, and the Warriors, or not the Warriors, the Wizards are the 3rd best against the 3. So maybe that is one that you don't end up wanting to touch, but maybe it's still worth taking a look at, considering he's been taking a lot of 3s in his last 4 games. So maybe that is one that you guys do want to go ahead and touch and take a look at. I do think he can hit 2 3-pointers in this game, but it's a really tough matchup. So I'm probably going to fade this one, but it's still worth taking a look at. So these are not going to be the final picks on my Patreon today, by the way. This is just an early look. I'm going to be getting this video up earlier than normal, I feel like, too. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for the video, man. Appreciate you guys watching. Again, if anyone is new, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications. But that's pretty much going to do it for the video, man. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.